Hey everyone, I'm back with more 3v3 slugfest for you because you seem to enjoy this kind of trash. Teams are a little bit different this time. I should actually mention the 3v3 I cast last time was the one that A-Game selected for me to watch out of a bunch that were really good that they played that day. And then later in the day some of the players had to leave, so here I am instead. I know, I'm trying to fill in for Tren. How is this possible? But anyway, the map is now going to be Prime Anomaly, which is a little bit of a different layout for Kartoba. So let's go ahead and introduce our players, shall we? This time A-Game being going to be playing as the Soban. We have Sinistro playing as Coalition now, and then we have Last Right still playing as Soban. That's no surprise, he really likes Soban. Here's the sweatiest tryhard, aka me, playing as the Galazine, because that's what I do. We got 10th Wave playing as the Coalition, and we have Cal Schmau playing as the Galazine. Now, when I saw this, I was like, hey Cal. We're both cows. We're both Galazine. Let's rush him! So that was definitely our plan right here. The idea was that I would go for a railgun rush, and he would go for an assault ship rush, and you can see we have 2 production cruisers on the way already. Cal's actually beating me to that. Oh no. But anyway. Oh, excuse me about that. A-Game in 10th Wave now going for economy here. We wanted 10th Wave to go for economy to play as a bit of a pocket player, especially because this wreck bulkhead right here actually contains two different patches, so he can make one support cruiser to cover like all of those. And if our rush goes successfully, he could even take these ones here and be like on mega economy, but we don't need that. We probably will end up taking those bases when our rush ultimately fails because it's a 3v3. But that's the idea. I'm just saying it how it is, but we can tend to slow down our opponents a lot, so that's fine. This is definitely a valid strategy. So Sandscreamer fabrication coming out from myself and Cal Schmau now at about the same time. I'm going to be going for railguns, like I said. He's going to be going for assault ships. I spot a base runner out here pretty early by Sinistro. I know he's Coalition now, so that's good to know. Although maybe we knew that going in, I can't actually remember. Anyway, he's got a bunch of LAVs coming out early, so... So I'm going to be trying to micro away from these, like micro against the LAVs right here, but there's quite a few of them, as you can see, already streaming out, so that's going to be difficult for me. However, with a second production cruiser on the way and Sandscreamers coming out of that one too, maybe I can actually do that. The base runner turret goes up here though from Sinistro, and that's going to force me to leave. There's really nothing I can do about that. Not yet anyway, so I'm going to have to delay my rush for just a little bit. 10th Wave going to go out here and pick up the middle for artifact. The green team going to get the 2 ones on the edges now. And you can see Cow doing basically the same thing, but we both have our tech coming out now. Although, Cow quite late on assault ship fabrication, but that should be fine. He's actually got enough money for refinery mode, which is pretty funny. What are our opponents going for then? Like I mentioned, A-Game is already on 2 bases. Sinistro, no, 10th Wave was making a support cruiser, wasn't he? Yeah, and he's going to be already on 2 bases in the middle there as well. He's going to get some AAVs as well to come out and help us. Sinistro here still hasn't made a support cruiser. He's got a thing. He's got AAV fabrication finished right now. And then if we look over here at Last Rights, he's going for railguns, getting upgrades for his LAVs as well, since he is currently in a fight with Cow here. And speaking of Cow, he's going to get double teamed by the cows. So I'm going to come in with some Sandscreamers too, but he actually is going to get out of here, which I think is a little miraculous. Just a second ago, it looked like the encirclement was pretty good there. Anyway, railguns coming out over here. We do manage to... No, sorry, they managed to take out our artifact right there. Now, you notice both extractions are over on my end. So it's definitely my job as the player on this side of the map to stop the extractions from going down. It's Cow's job to stop the other team from getting onto the 4th base and getting it himself, which I think is kind of interesting. And then, of course, it's the middle player's job to be the pocket and make, you know, lots of units and whatever. It's kind of a fun dynamic there. Support cruiser comes out now for Sinistro. One of my friends texting that he just made a blood pact with Satan. That's nice to see. He's gonna... I'm not even kidding. And he's gonna move back now to take up this base over here. I've got a couple of assault railguns out now. I didn't want to be making these actually. The ideal with this rush is that we can somehow get together with the production cruisers. So we've got 4 production cruisers, heavy railguns, and assault ships. What are you going to do to counter this? Air doesn't work. Strikecraft doesn't work. Nothing works against it. But you can definitely tell by this point we've already kind of failed. We've just been delayed so much that there's no rush here. A-Game has gotten railgun fabrication too, so he definitely has seen what's going on. Last Right's already had railgun fabrication, but I imagine we'll see him start making some of those pretty soon. And with that, they should be able to hold this off. But even so, maybe there's still something we can get done. You notice I cleared out that turret with those assault railguns, and now I'll move out into the middle with the production cruisers. Last Right's still doing a very good job of holding Cow back with his Sandstormers over there. Sinistro's on his base. And you'll notice that we still aren't, Cow and I, because obviously we're still kind of dedicated to this rush. I do have a lot of railguns here, it's true, but not really enough to get much done here. And I was really thinking that I could take this fight, even though my opponent's on high ground, you know, I should be able to get him there. But look how many, I think I just missed like 5 shots in a row with the railguns, so I do feel I got a little bit unlucky here, but sometimes that's just how it goes. And the AAVs have gotten very close to the railguns too, so they're going to be able to kill them rather effectively. And A-Game just going to kind of roll in here with his carrier. It's got the ALMs powered up, which is really handy. It's been doing a lot of damage to me. We do have our production cruisers together now, though. There's Cal and I, but we just don't have any momentum left on it. LR has got a couple of railguns. A-Game still has his rails. So it looks like he is well and truly held off the rush. And at this point, we're probably going to have to back away. You can see me still making a couple units, but I'm sure I'll recognize it's a little futile in just a second. Cal gonna do a good job though of covering my production cruisers here. I say as he starts backing away once he gets into range to fire, but you know, that's basically the idea. Is it's sometimes a little tricky to coordinate between multiple players, but you just want to get, you know, one person like covering the rails of the other one, and then the rails can do the sieging. But pretty soon we're gonna realize here that there's no future for this rush, and we'll just have to back away. I don't think a production cruiser goes down here, but maybe it could. Definitely looks like to be in a bit of danger, doesn't it? Yeah, no, he's probably going to get out fine. But yeah, you can definitely tell we've been held off, like I've said, you know, 3 times in a row now. So let's go ahead and talk about what the players are getting now. Last Right's, he got railguns, he got something else then, didn't he? Yeah, I think it was missile battery fabrication that he's got there. I can't quite tell, though, because I'm a pleb, I guess. I'm getting refinery mode. The idea is I can fall back now and play eco, but definitely we're going to be a bit behind here, right? Sinistro's only on 2 bases, though. He could definitely get up onto 3. I feel like he probably should be there already. Yeah, he's got the resources for it, too. A-Game's obviously already on 3, but that's not too hard as the pocket player, and it frees up the pocket player's carrier to move around a lot, because he only needs to make 2 support cruisers. And he's been doing a great job about that. And this Sylvan carrier has been one of the big reasons why our rush failed, so it's well done by A-Game. Let's check out Last Right's here real quick. No, I already did. What am I doing? But yeah, he's also only on 2 bases. So, I mean, you know, there is still some potential here that the kind of knee-jerk reaction of, oh, we need to defend, 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 suddenly we're behind on bases, could still apply. And that's a way that I've won many games, I'm sure you know, in tournaments. Refiner mode finishes for me. My production cruisers are still miles away, but you can see I'm triple making sand skimmers. Or, sorry, those are sand skimmers. Collectors. Yeah, salvagers, that's their name. Excuse me. Oh, he meant, okay, I see. He meant he was donating blood. That's what he meant by his deal with the devil. It was with an ancient demon of the Red Cross. I have strange friends. Not as strange as myself, probably, but still. So it looks like A-Game has made another support cruiser, and he wants to inhabit now this location here. That's definitely in his right, because he definitely did push us out, right? 10th wave going to cover me, so I can expand rather greedily here, so I'm going to be on 3 bases before too long, but it looks like Sinistro's matched pace. Last Right's still not on it, though. I feel like he probably ought to be on another base by now, but he has made a lot of LAVs that have done some good for his team. I guess that's probably the reason he's not. I think Kao Shmao here definitely wanted to just keep his carrier there and then have the production cruiser head back, but... And he's going to get siege cruiser fabrication now, but he's definitely kind of getting pushed here by A-Game. And there's some potential he could lose his base here, which would be really detrimental to us. second extraction and third extraction, in fact. Probably going to go down now for the green team, and that's definitely not particularly comfortable for us. You know, we are playing these with only 5. I think the standard is usually to play like 7 artifacts when you're doing 3v3s, but we're only doing 5 here. I know that this is not really the best fight for me, but it's one that I can take because I have the defender's advantage and I'm producing on the front line. I'd really rather that 10th actually head down and see if he can push Sinistro. Nah, it doesn't look like he can though. So yeah, I guess I'm happy with where he is right now. I love this LAV just like chilling out over there, by the way. Anyway, remember what I said about how maybe A-Game could push him off the base? Yeah, he's done that now. And he's got a lot of stuff here, actually. Just, you know, not like a massive amount of units, but quite a few railguns and good support for them, too. Support Cruiser anti-air is coming out, so air is not going to do anything for it. And 10th Wave is going to... Oh my god, well, he's got quite a number of railguns, doesn't he? But it's true, we haven't really seen any action from 10th Wave just yet, so it makes sense. He's been building up a big army here, and he's got one on both sides of the map, and now he's ready to support us. That's kind of what you want from a pocket player. And it looks like 10th will probably be able to stem the tide of this push right here, and Cow should get back up on that base before too long. That's good. That's very good for us. This is so many railguns. This is actually crazy. And I think they're going to have high ground if he positions them properly, although it's a little bit awkward how this dune is like parallel to the direction of the fight. This is also a Soban player, so you got to imagine you know what that means. Very powerful railguns on that side. But it looks like A-Game is not going to win this fight, actually. I mean, this is going to be 10th that takes it. I've just made only sand skimmers, I guess. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty nice from me. But I've got an honor guard cruiser fabrication now, and that's what my tech choice really is. I also already had railgun fabrication, so, you know, I'm ready to make those, obviously. A-Game's carrier starting to take some serious damage right here. Some serious damage, actually, wow. He's gonna have to back away. This is, oh wow, this is a lot more sketchy than I expected it was gonna be. The Dune is definitely playing to his advantage here. Smoke getting popped by his AAVs to stop 10th's carrier from just kind of ruffling him to death. He does now have enough power to get the armor up on 4 where he's got 100 armor, which makes it, you know, rather difficult to kill him, to say the least. He's not going to power it up, though. He definitely probably should be. There you go. Definitely probably. I always say stuff like that. But he's on a full route. That should definitely be noticeable right here. And that's kind of the power in having a pocket player who does nothing in the beginning. That's why Cow and I rushed, is, you know, to get like some of this sort of momentum going up here. Honor Guard Cruiser, I think, just fired its first shot. I'm not totally sure, but it is out. Sinistro has seen it, and he's going to have to back away. A bit of eco damage looks like was done to him, but he's now getting some power reserves up. His carrier is going to be pretty strong before too long. He also has gotten battle cruiser fabrication, it's worth noting. What's going on with A-Game now? His carrier is actually gaining health, I think, on the net. No, it's definitely not. Now that the railguns are in range. Ooh, he could really go down here. This is pretty dangerous. He can use that microwave emitter, though. Launching it right there would be good because it stops the railguns from pushing further. It looks like Last Right's going to be his salvation right here, as he does do a bit of a block there. Here comes the microwave emitter. And 10th Wave and his railguns are going to have to back away. But really good push by 10th Wave there, and he nearly killed A-Game like 3 times. So it's a little bit unlucky for him, but... Well, is it really unlucky? Probably not. But still, you know, that was a good push of his. It almost worked. Sinistro now, because he's powered up his carrier and there's really just an honor guard here doing most of the heavy lifting, is going to now push on me. But I've done a lot of damage to his his army. There you go. Still, though, honor guard cruiser goes down, and now battle cruisers are starting to pop here, so I'm going to have an answer pretty quickly. I have another honor guard cruiser, but I don't want to expose him to this carrier. He'll just kind of die for nothing. What I really need is heavy railguns here, so you can see I'm going to be producing those, but this base is definitely going to have to evacuate before too long. 10th Wave still has quite a powerful arm of his army. Oh, well, I really made that joke, didn't I? I didn't try to, okay? And it looks like Cow is going to be taking this base right here, and he's going to be making railguns too, as well as he's already got some siege. So this side of the map here I think is actually in our control, though we're not pushing on it. So it's probably okay that we're getting pushed back over here, just so long as I don't die here, but... This could get a little stressful for me. Probably this honor guard doesn't want to be this far forward. It's actually pretty unfortunate though that this dune is like between our 2 bases. It's hard for me to defend here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this guy. He definitely needs to just get out of there. But right now the bigger threat is probably the battle cruiser, although you can tell Sinistro's carrier not exactly underpowered. Probably wants to not have his power and armor until he's really taking damage though. But me, I haven't even gotten Power Reserve 1, so my carrier is not going to be a help in this fight. Really, I'm going to have to do it with my Railguns and my Honor Guard Cruisers. But that's fine. Those are definitely the units you would want in this scenario. And by doing a lot of damage to Sinistro's carrier, perhaps I can persuade him to back away with it. At which point I'd only be fighting battle cruisers, and that I think is doable. Fights are now starting to go down over here, and this microwave emitter kind of splitting the two armies, but not too badly. But 10th Wave comes back in with his really big railgun force. However, they're all kind of damaged by something, and it looks like A-Game and Last Right's going to be able to hold them off for now. The Siege is doing very good, meaningful damage here, but he needs to be careful he doesn't get it too close to this carrier, because it'll just die instantly. Siege definitely a glass cannon in this game. What's going on over here now? So there's 3 battle cruisers. I'll try to siege this main here. And they're going to get another Honor Guard cruiser, probably. I mean, this guy's taking damage, so I imagine he's in range. But you can see this is definitely not a good fight for them, and they're going to get killed here eventually. There goes the Honor Guard cruiser. So now, one of the battle cruisers is going to smoke. Other one gonna smoke too, and they both try to back away from here, but I don't think there's any escape for them. Especially because battle cruisers are kind of stupid and they try to like turn around. So when they're sitting in the smoke, so that one goes down. And this one probably will go down too. And it's tricky to counter Honor Guard cruisers when they're cemented like this, because now he can't go for, you know, LAVs, they're also just gonna die to it. What's going on over on this side? Yeah, the army for A-Game and Last Right seems to have gotten neutralized now. There's not really anything here. And there's a whole lot of railguns, but they can't just go in brazenly, obviously. There is quite a lot of anti-AoE available to the green team. They've got that microwave emitter from... actually, just from A-Game. It looks like Last Rights hasn't gotten this power reserve, so he's not going to have that available to him. Sinistro, though, definitely does have access to the cruise missile, and I almost imagine he's going to want to use that over here. Try and get rid of these railguns, or at least stop them from pushing. But then again, he's probably going to want to use it on this side where he could get pushed as well. So it's kind of a difficult question for Sinistro now, what he's going to do with that cruise missile. I think it just got, no, he just went down below the requisite number of CUs to launch one. Microwave emitter in a good place, so it's going to hit a lot of these railguns here. And the carrier's just going to have to run through it. He doesn't really have a choice, it looks like. I think this support cruiser here is wrecked, although I'm not totally sure. But railguns are in a tasty position. And then Last Rights is going to go down with that. And that's quite a hit. So now it's a 3-on-2. Cruise missile is getting launched now, just now, for Sinistro. And it's going to come right down onto my army, so it's not going to support his teammates. It's going to try to focus on this side instead. But he doesn't really have anything to follow it up except for a bunch of LAVs. And like I was saying earlier, if you have one Honor Guard cruiser getting circled around by them, yeah, it's kind of rough, but they can just split up, and they can cover each other very nicely. Honor Guard cruisers are really difficult to deal with when they're blobs for this reason. You can't counter it with strike craft, you can't counter it with railguns, really, you know. You just need to have the numbers. Or Siege maybe could do well against this, but obviously that's pretty far away for Sinistro, about as far as it gets. A-Game's carrier now kind of in dire straits, and he's going to power the armor up to 5 and just try to get out of there. But if he leaves, I mean, who holds the flank now? So I think this is definitely going to be pretty rough for the green team. And it looks like Cow and 10th Wave, they can't just charge in there blindly, but they've definitely got the momentum they need now to start doing some real damage to the other side. Last Right's here just to be annoying as possible. Is going to launch a bunch of det packs onto the siege goods, and I love that. And they actually did noticeable damage, look at that, but not going to be able to take it out, obviously. But he's going to keep his support cruisers with A-Game. He's going to try to keep A-Game healed up, and that's nice to see. Honor Guard cruisers still doing their thing here, although one of them strays a little close to the carrier and gets wrecked. Oh, it looks like a second one, too. That's a little sloppy. Who is this Sweatiest Tryhard? He's kind of a noob, isn't he? Scanner goes down by me to see if I can chip in a bit more damage into the Coalition carrier. Should be worth noting that the 5th artifact has been picked up by Sinistro here. If this one were to manage to extract, that would definitely be game. But you can see the red bubbles kind of, you know, circling around it there. I don't expect it's going to make it out, if you had to ask me. Oh my gosh, stop deselecting this carrier, please. It deselects the units when they come into vision. It's kind of annoying. So that probe is, like, in the perfect position to troll me here. Do you see that? Anyway. A-Game just gonna try to keep building up an army here. It's gonna get Power Reserve 6 because, you know, the Savant carrier can, like, actually do stuff in this patch. Otherwise, that'd be pretty useless. I'm gonna pick up an artifact myself, see if I can extract that one. That's interesting. I don't believe that happened when we were playing the game, but it looks like the replay is gonna kick us out right here. But you could probably see at that point where it was going. What actually did end up happening is that for some reason, like, my game desynced, and so I left. So then it was into a 2-on-2, but our team still had enough units out on the field that they had the momentum to go out and take the game, so they won. Yay, we did it. I'd just like to point out something. Look at the... Whoa! Look at that. Because we went for a suicidal rush, Cow and I, 10th was able to go for, like, insane eco. And if you look at the combat stats here, he also did quite a thing. So he was definitely, like, the MVP, I'd say, in that game. And Cow and I did a good job of facilitating him there. Anyway, it was a really fun 3v3 to play. You know how I feel about casting these things, but you probably enjoyed watching it. And it's really cool, too, because it was played, of course, on A-Game's Balance patch, and technically on a new map, although it's, like, the same map, but, like, a different layout of it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.